Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the main campus, I guess you would say, of Golden Lion Sports Network here on Main Street Media, where today we are back again for fall preview.
Oh, let's go.
Fall preview, as we didn't get a chance to have the men's and women's program for soccer, as they had these games. So, they superseded us, which
they'd rather play a game
They'd
than
rather
come join
play a
us.
game than come talk to us, which you can't blame them. You can't blame them for that. But we're excited we get a chance to sit down and talk with both programs. I'm going to act like Coach Deshaun's not here, so we can do a pregame before we get here. But both teams are started well into their season. Looking forward to seeing that and talking to them. I don't know. Do you think they know we have a new facility?
I'm not sure.
We'll tell them today.
Sure.
We'll tell them today.
Now, I will break some news.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
We'll definitely ask our coaches and players. Soccer was the first team on the field.
They were.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The boys
they
and
were.
girls team was the
We were
first,
there. We were there that
first teams
night
on
to
the field.
watch it, and we're going to talk to them about it. But just the excitement. Friday night was really cool.
Oh my!
Friday night
goodness,
was really
man.
cool, and every experience that you're going to have, that's what you're creating for these kids is an experience. And so now, football, track, soccer, band. Baseball, softball, whatever. We want our kids to have the best experience.
Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. I told Jeff when I got here this morning, I still haven't had a chance to respond on my text messages.
Oh, yeah.
I've probably had 120-some text messages and 10 or 15 phone calls from Friday night. So it's a night that we'll always remember.
No doubt.
To kind of be able to pull something like that off for our community, for our student athletes. And, we had a couple people chiming in. I think Wendell Combs and Aaron and Lewis Klusner. You're never going to hear me refer to that as a football field.
Oh, no doubt.
That is an athletic complex.
It's a performance field.
And it's not just a football field. It's a soccer field. It's a football field. And it's a place for band competitions and things like that. So just so excited to kind of offer Garrard County something that they, that we deserve. Man, I tell you, just nothing but great things on the horizon.
Yeah, and I am not about or beyond bragging, because it is something nobody else has.
No, I know, nobody else has.
You know what I'm saying? We can say we've got something that nobody else has.
So I do need to, before we get to Coach Deshaun, will you at least on the record say that I was right? Friday night, going off the air for a little while.
No, absolutely not. I was still right. I was cool to talk for 2 hours.
We could have a 2.5-hour pregame
absolutely.
show.
Listen, again, you got to get what others don't. You got to do what others won't do, and so we were going to do what others won't do. I was cool with staying on the air for
I was not.
6 hours.
I was not.
I had all kinds of things to say, but no, you were probably correct.
Okay, I'm going to jump in here.
See,
no, wait a minute.
Today.
Now I'm going to contradict what I said. And I agreed with you knowing the result, but in the beginning, Scott, I was with you. I wanted to stay on.
It's all about results.
No,
it's all about results.
I was ready to go. So now, let's jump right into it before you get me all worked up. Coach Brett Deshaun, good to see you, buddy.
See you guys,
Coach Deshaun is the head coach and leader of our girls program. Coach, this is supposed to be a preview show, but it's a preview show where
it's a soccer show.
Preview show where you've already had 7 games or so, right?
Yep, 7
You guys
games.
already had 7 games. So, first, before we get kind of into it, give us a little bit of a snapshot of those first 7 games, kind of what you're happy with, what you guys are working on, and kind of the progress.
Yeah, no, we've played really well. We've played a really tough schedule. I tell the girls this pretty much every game, but I'd rather schedule tough, get some wins and some losses, than win every game than not be prepared when we get to the district tournament.
Sure.
So we wanted to schedule in a way where we would play some tough teams out of different regions, some tough teams within our region, and then that way the end goal when it comes to district tournament time, we get the win that matters.
Right.
Yeah. So you've been able to kind of have these 7 games, and this week we kind of kick off district. Have a district game this upcoming week. So have you kind of seen that progression that you're looking for as the district play opens up?
Yeah, no, we had a good win on Thursday against a tough Southwestern team, and it was a game where we didn't play our best, but we were still able to pull it out. We kept our clean sheet, didn't give up any goals. We scored on a couple set pieces, so even though we didn't play well, we faced adversity and we pushed through it and still got the result we needed. Heading into another tough game against Lincoln County on Tuesday.
Now, this is your first district contest, right?
Correct,
of the year?
yes.
First district contest, and then I know we're doing a doubleheader on the 10th.
September the 10th against
September
them.
the 10th.
That'll be fun.
So it'll be a lot of fun. And so, what are you seeing with your team right now? What are some of the things that you're really happy with, and how you guys are performing, and how you're playing?
Well, we're happy with, how hard they work. That's never anything we have to question. They work really hard. I think we're doing a better job of listening this past week and trying to apply what the coaching staff's saying to games. We're going in the right direction. We had a kind of an unfortunate injury happen in our third game of the season, so we've been trying to adjust our offense, but it's doing better. Defensively, we got pretty much our same back four we've had for a couple of years, so they're in good shape. But all in all, we feel pretty good about our chances. We're going to be any team that plays us is going to have to fight to win.
Awesome.
And we're hoping to come out with the win most times.
No doubt.
So, Coach, one of the things, we talked about soccer was the first team that they had the opportunity to kind of get on and practice on the facility.
That was a surprise, and it was a good surprise.
Yeah, so kind of what has that been like, just from the lens of the girls soccer program, kind of seeing that facility,
right.
the work that's being done, the progress that's being made, getting on it, to be able to practice, being able to kind of play from, moving forward. Dr. Stoll joined us on the pregame, and he made it abundantly clear, once we got on that field, we're not getting off the field.
Yeah.
And there's some things, some coordination of some work that's going to have to be done with the track and some things like that. But Dr. Stoll is making sure that it does not impede or interfere with football and soccer moving forward, being able to kind of play on the field, from Friday night on. So what has that kind of been like for the program?
I think the first time we went over there, most of the girls were in awe. I mean, it's so much bigger than anything any program's used to within our school. And, of course, as coaches, we understood how important it was and how neat of an opportunity it was. And the girls have just really enjoyed it. They've enjoyed playing on it. They've enjoyed just every part of it so far.
So obviously, there's not a you and I are like soccer gurus, but everybody else
True.
may not know. So tell us a little bit about what does this field mean to how you play. So the field it's a little bit bigger obviously than what we had, right? It's going to be a lot wider. You don't have to chase a ball down a hill like every time.
Easier to get
girls
volunteers.
Will be happy, yeah.
So that'll be a positive. But how does it change how you play, how you coach? I know it's a little faster speed type.
Right. Well, turf, just by itself is just shorter grass, and it's artificial grass at that. But the ball moves a lot quicker. But there are some good sides, and soccer purists will say that you don't want to play on turf. You want to be on the Bermuda, and that's true. Bermuda is a great surface to play on, but turf is very reliable. There's not going to be bounces. There's not going to be any weird things the ball does. Water doesn't stand on it nearly as much. So, it has a lot of good aspects to it as well. I think it'll help the rhythm of the game, and I think it'll help our girls, especially since there's other teams in our district that play on turf. So when we play away, we'll still be ready to go.
Yeah, you're familiar with it. Well, let's talk a little bit about your team specifically. Tell us a little bit about your seniors, and what you've got there on your roster.
Sure, we've got 6 seniors, and that's the biggest class we've had in quite a while.
That's great.
We got 2 of them over here. Let's see. I'll try to get all the names. This is going to be dangerous, but I'm going to try. We've got
I'll count.
Adria Major, Hannah Snowden, Addison Comley, Nevaeh Ford Wilcom, Erica Hebenthal, and Addie East. I got all 6 of them.
Good job, Coach.
They're all super important in their own ways. Even in roles where maybe they don't play as much, they're still important to our team as far as like the morale they bring.
Sure.
Their ability to give insight to the younger girls.
Right.
They've been super important in that, we're very lucky to have those 6 girls representing us in the senior class.
Well, and obviously I don't know much about soccer, but I do know I can speak to all 6 of them are phenomenal young ladies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
top-notch.
Top-notch young ladies. And we talk about this every time we do a preview show or we're doing stuff with kids. When the kids leave, you're amazed at just how awesome our kids are.
Yeah, they always go out and do amazing things in the community here and then elsewhere too.
So talk a little bit about your district and your region. What are some things I know you've got? Right. I know from folks that I've spoken to, they talk very highly of our program and where we're at competitively. How do you feel about where we are right now with district and region competition?
We're the top of our district, top of our region.
Awesome.
I think district, most people put us at number 2 behind Boyle County, and then I think region, there's a case to be made for us to be anywhere 3 through 5.
Great.
Of course, I'm of the opinion we're top 3 team.
Yes, sir.
But we have to prove that. You know what I mean? You can't just say something and not back it up. We got to go back it up.
Yeah.
So we're definitely upper half of the region, upper 4th, upper 3rd of it. But we've got to prove that we belong there.
Yeah.
And I like hearing that.
I
Let's
do
go,
too.
Coach.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Yeah,
make sure, make sure we kind of keep moving the right direction.
You know, it wasn't always that way, right?
Oh,
sure.
Yeah,
It's been a long road, but we're very proud of how far we've come.
Absolutely.
In this program.
Great.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate you, man. Thank you, Coach Head Coach Brett Deshawn. As we're going to get, is it Hannah or Sis? Which one of y'all are coming in? Come on in, Sis. Or sorry, Adria.
Yeah.
Adria Major. I guess I have to be professional on here.
I mean, if you're
Miss Adria.
anything, you're professional.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. Well, I've called her Sis since she was a baby, so I'm not going to go away from that. So how are you, Miss Adria?
I'm pretty good.
You're pretty good, just pretty good. All right, so Adria, you're in your senior year. You know, you've been playing soccer a long time. You know, what's different? What's different now at your senior year? Can you feel it? Like, can you feel like, you know, this is my time. This is our time to go.
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad that it's my last year, but I've enjoyed it, and I think senior year is going to be a great year. So.
Awesome.
So kind of looking back, what is a memory that really kind of sticks with you to be a part of this girls soccer program?
All the friends that I've made. I've met a ton of amazing girls on the team, especially through soccer. That's how I make most of my friends. So that's probably the best part.
And so you are on defense, right? So what do you like about that? Because obviously it's different.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of in a more of a protective role, and you're not all through the whole field. But what do you like about the defensive part of your assignment?
I've always loved playing defense. I play center back, left center back, and I love.
You know what that means, right?
I do. I don't want to go into it right now. I don't want to go into it right now and bore people with it. But yeah, of course. Who doesn't know what that is?
I just love the back line.
And so knowing your dad, away from anybody that's been physical, right?
No.
And like, or is just something you're just not really worried about?
I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
now, and that's part of the game, correct?
Oh,
So
yes.
as far as defensively, you know, you've got to be able to kind of make sure that you're dominant back there physically. When you have somebody that's not worried about it,
yeah.
that's a big positive.
Yeah.
So talk to us when the year's over, sis. Like, what's the future hold for Adria Major?
Definitely college. I'm not for sure if I'm going to play soccer in college yet, but it's still kind of a decision I'm making.
So I had a chance to sit down and interview you last week, right?
Oh,
so
yes.
I know the answer to this.
Yeah.
But talk to us about kind of what kind of career field that you're thinking about going into.
Childhood development.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's in the teacher apprenticeship. Oh, yeah.
That's really good stuff.
Yeah.
So what would you want to? So that's true. She could, but she knows my 3-year-old, and she probably wouldn't want to have anything to do with that.
No, I love her.
Yeah. I hear you. That's perfectly fine. Well, Miss Adria, thank you so much. Best
you.
of luck to you, as we will be
you.
seeing you many times coming up throughout this year. As we're going to get Miss Hannah Snowden coming in. Come on in, Miss Hannah.